Hey, 7th grade. Today I've got another activity for you. It's very, very simple. It's called Whatever Floats Your Boat. The only, ingredients or items that you will need, just some pennies, have around $2 to $3 worth, and aluminum foil, and a little container of water. You can even use your kitchen sink. It doesn't have to be an official tub or anything. And as you can see, you won't fill it full, just a little bit enough to float your boat, as the name implies. So what you'll do for this is just cut a piece of aluminum foil 12 by 12. If you have a ruler, obviously you can measure 12 inches by 12 inches. For those of you like me, sometimes a ruler is not always the easiest thing to find around the house. Ours tend to get lost along the way sometimes. What I did, the distance the length of aluminum foil is 12 inches. So I just cut off one little slit to make my 12 inches here. And then you can kind of see what I did to make my 12 inches. I just sort of use this as my ruler. You're welcome to use scissors, or you can kind of just roll it out like I'm doing here. And you want to be careful to go ahead and try to get it to as exact we can for 12 inches. And you may need a little help to get it to tear pretty much a square of 12 inches. Now, once you have your 12 by 12 piece of aluminum foil, you will simply make it into a shape of a boat. Now, these are just two different examples that I did. Some people like to have a flat bottom. You can vary the size or the height of your boat. Some people like to make it more like a pocket or a canoe, where it's kind of shaped. However you do your boat shape is totally fine, and that's up to you. What I want you to do, once you've decided on your boat design, just do one at a time. Set your boat in the water slowly and carefully. Grab your pennies and add them one at a time. Try to keep count. You can always count it after your boat sinks as well, but just add them one at a time. If your boat holds it for a couple seconds, add another one. And it's up to you where you place the pennies in here. If you want to place them around the edge, in the middle, wherever you want to. But again, just place them in one penny at a time to see how many pennies your boat will hold. And that's all there is to it. You just keep adding until it finally sinks. Count up your pennies to see how many it holds. I'm going to ask that you guys do 2 trials so you can modify it. If you do your boat one way first and it worked out great, you want to do it the same way, fantastic. If you do it and you want to try a different shape of boat, by all means, you can change it up completely. It's up to you. Now, I did create a Google form with just a few questions. I believe I have a website on there as well. So you can go to that website, and there's questions about buoyancy and different things, why a boat floats. So you'll be researching a little bit about that as well. The last, or 2 of the questions are your trial 1 and trial 2, how many pennies your boat was able to hold. We'll kind of have a little class contest, and I'll announce the winners per every class whose boat held the most. If you are unable to do this experiment at home, you don't have Reynolds wrap, you don't have some sort of aluminum foil, it doesn't have to be Reynolds wrap, by the way, it can be any kind of aluminum foil. That's fine, and I get that. We don't all, obviously, with all the craziness going on, we don't always have a chance to go out to the store and grab some. So if you don't, that's fine. I did not make those 2 questions required on the Google form. Please complete the rest of the questions that are on the Google form. If you need to take a few days to borrow some or find some aluminum foil, don't feel like if you don't get it in by the end of this week that it's going to be late or you can't participate in the boat competition. So even if it's middle of next week, still try to get it in, and we'll see, maybe by the end of next week I'll tally up and see who our winners are for who can get the most pennies in their boat. And that's all there is to it. Have fun.